Hey everybody, it's Whatever Goes Games. You know, Glenn and Max, you've already heard of us if you've seen our videos. And if you haven't, welcome. We're doing the first week releases and teasers review of the Ungoro series. First we have Arcanologist. It's a 2-mana 2/3 battlecry, draw a secret from your deck. I'm thinking this is just a huge buff to Secret Mage. I mean, basically, you put only one secret in your deck and you're guaranteed to draw it off this card on turn 2 and play it on turn 3. Especially from the recent Gadgetzan release of the 1-mana 2/1. Yeah, you play Wild, you wouldn't know what it's called. Anyway, it reduces the next spell to 0 cost. That would still allow you to play a 2 cost on turn 3, a free spell, and a 1-mana 2/2 or 2/1. So yeah, needless to say, that could be a potential combo. You could see some kind of hybrid between Tempo Mage and Secret Mage. Exciting. If they take off on that, you may really have a secret-oriented mage deck in your standard meta. Wild Specialist, you want to mention something about what this is going to do to Wild?
The two things I like about it is for things like Reno mages, where the only real secret they have is Ice Block. You're guaranteed to draw an Ice Block whenever you need an Ice Block. The other thing, it's basically just drawing a card, but you're drawing a secret, so when you know you're going to draw a secret, you're not just going to draw a random card. I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't say it.
Should we mention how much of a big deal it is for control decks that Reno's getting switched out?
Fuck you guys, I'm Wild. I'm always going to have Reno.
Well, at least in Standard, it's going to take a lot of restrictions off control decks, especially if the meta slows down a little bit, or we're getting cards
they've
to
had
slow
a
the meta.
lot of new cards with the Reno mechanic. Like Reno's the only one of them getting switched out that doesn't like. There's the Warlock one, there's the Priest one, there's the Mage one. They've added like 3 or 4.
Okay, the Warlock Legendary from Gadgetzan is pretty much trash. It's a little too expensive to actually be viable, or at least in the standard meta.
Are we thinking of the same way?
Yeah, we are. The 7-mana 7/9? Maybe it's an 8-mana 7/9. Dump all demons from your hand onto the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it takes way too damn long to get out. And honestly, there aren't that many good demons that are good in late game, besides like Fearsome Doomguard, Standard Doomguard, and nobody even really runs those. Well, people run Standard Doomguard, but they literally play that as soon as they draw it because of its charge mechanic. So honestly, unless you really like your Fearsome Doomguards, it's not that powerful in effect. Not powerful enough to change the meta that you die on turn 5 anyway. Anyway, over the whole Reno thing, he's talking about like Kazakis, Raza the Unchained, what is the mage one? Secret Keeper Serana or something like that. And whatever the other dude was. Anyway, the big deal is going to be these guys are probably not going to be run as much now that Reno's not running with them to support. And I see control decks taking a decently big hit if they're trying to run one card. However, what I do see is maybe a viable control decks, especially if the meta slows down, like I said earlier, that can run 2 cards. What are we looking at here?
So you know the Kazakhs thing that adds 3 random demons to your hand?
Oh! I didn't think of that. That's pretty good. Assuming you can survive that long to do the combo.
Yeah, but being the Reno Jackson combo, the point of the, it's like a survival thing.
Well, it's going to be really hard to do without Reno Jackson. The whole point of Reno is to do that. It's 9 mana. Yeah. Excuse me. That's pretty good. I'll admit it. But It's pretty hard to pull off. I see the point.
I mean, all you do is just stack up demons in your hand.
I agree, but it's a little too slow, especially for this pirate meta that we're faced in. Anyway, wow, we just got into a whole Reno debate over the Arcanologist. Wonderful. Awaken the Makers. I really like the idea of these quest mechanics. You know what else goes with it? You're guaranteed to have one of these babies in your hand, in your starting hand if you want it. Which is really nice if you're planning to play the long game and you want to get that over time. Really nice. This will probably dominate the standard meta, at least I'm thinking. This is a whole new mechanic and people are really going to want to try this out. Any thoughts from your perspective?
No. I'll see how they all turn out, because I'm not going to judge it on one. Because some priest decks have really good turn one combos, like the North Shire, and then turn two buff the shit out of it, so you but the Death Rattle priest is fine, so I don't know. I'll see how they turn out. I don't know.
This card's gonna. Are you saying this card's gonna make Death Rattle Priest? Probably. Have you seen the card that gets spit out after this?
Yeah, it sets it to 40.
Yeah.
40, which
It's like a 5-mana 8/8 with taunt, something like that. Dino size. It's basically 2 King's Blessings.
I'm so excited.
You brought up earlier like a Stone Tusk Boar on this baby. That's a 10 mana with 10/10 with charge, going for face for 9 mana. That's pretty impressive.
Or
it's basically Ice Howl, but better.
Stone Tusk, Dino Size, and if you're a
Seal of Champions or Blessing of Champions. Which one is that? That doubles the attack.
well, I mean, if you somehow do that, but you can pretty much clear anything with
Except for fucking Jade.
Bestial Wrath, or what the fuck is it called? Whatever the one that's like +2 attack and immune. I mean, destroy basically anything.
That's Bestial Wrath.
With a Stone Tusk.
Well, unfortunately, that's Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, that's a class card.
Yeah. Every spell's a class card.
Yeah, I didn't. That's Paladin.
Okay. Well,
still,
if you wanted
+3 attack.
If you wanted Hunter cards in your Paladin, you could run the Grime Street Informant or Elise Trailblazer. Battlecry Shuffle a Sealed Ungoro pack into your deck. This basically lets you open up a pack in the game that gives you 5 random cards. And on average, our Blizzard producers told us you should get a legendary, which is pretty nice. It's like a win condition, just like the previous release, except for the previous one was better in my opinion because, random legendaries are cool. But whatever, this is cool too. And they're from any class, so that could be really nice. Now, this is the card that I'm excited for. I think we both are.
Yeah.
Explore Ungoro. Replace your deck with copies of Discover a Card. Discover a Card is a 1-mana spell that gives you 3 random options from it. Needless to say, any Hearthstone player that's going to be bored is going to find this puppy entertaining. Maybe.
I'm excited to try it, but the whole thing with the Jade Autos having roll, that got old really fast. But it'll still be cool.
Alright. Gentle Megasaur. If you liked Karazhan's wackiness with the Curator and Magician and all that, well, this is your wild card. Add some buffs to your Murlocs. Got a beast here. Just need to throw in some dragons, and you got a nice mimosa of, Curator deck. In Standard, it's looking looks kind of weak unless it gets some support for Murlocs. I mean, honestly, we're getting a lot of good Murloc cards switching out. Mainly, everything is awesome, and anything can happen. Those are going to take some massive hits. But you have a lot of good standard Murlocs to hopefully still make this card strong.
I think it's funny how they're adding very viable strategies and decks that, to be honest, I don't see many people using in Standard because fuck Standard.
They run the same 3 decks.
Yeah, like when the Curator stuff came out, I saw like 2 people run the Curator stuff, and like one of them was you.
Yeah.
And the next one, that's just even weirder.
Well, I try not to run just plain normal decks, or if I do, I try to put a twist on them. Because, you know, standard decks are kind of boring. Next is Golakka Crawler. Apparently the developers at Hearthstone got the message about pirates nerfing Small Time Buccaneer and throwing this guy in. A 2-mana 3/4.
I mean, it could be a buff for pirates.
That's true. I didn't think of it that way.
Like the Hungry Crab thing in Murloc decks.
I don't think people do that. I think that I'm not gonna say anything, but I think the minority does that. But yeah, it could be a thing. Especially if you're like Spawn of N'Zoth, or excuse me, N'Zoth's first mate. But I mean, your 1/1's kind of useless, and you know
the Murloc, the Hungry Crab was okay because, you know, the biggest Murloc it's going to kill is like a 2/3. But this thing, there are some fat pirates. So, you know, Salty Dog, Captain Scab, blah 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 blah.
That's the 4/6 of charge every pirate you have. Makes it less expensive.
There are some big pirates, so that I like it.
It might be a semi-viable type card if you want to run it, but unless you're really finding the pirate meta that strong, I probably wouldn't. But it's a cool card, and it'll probably discourage some play for pirates. Alright, next the Lakari Fellhound. Oh boy, do they like their discarding. And just as soon as Malkazar's Imp gets switched out, which for you who don't know, it's a 1-mana 1/3. When you discover a card, draw a card.
Malkazar's not getting switched out.
No, yeah, Karazhan is.
No.
Yes. Karazhan, Black Rock, League of Explorers. Or is that's right?
No. There's no way Karazhan's going out. I'm like 95% sure Karazhan stays. And I have the picture right here.
Is it really?
So So Karazhan, Gods, and Gadgetzan are staying.
Oops.
These 3 are going out.
Gotcha. Oops. My bad. So yeah, actually going back to the Megasaur, that might actually be a deck in your meta. Oh boy. I'm slightly embarrassed. But anyway, this could make Disco Lock a lot more viable. And a 4-mana 3/8. Need I say more? That's really good.
It's a demon too. Yeah.
It's a demon too. Demon synergy with
Fucking bugs.
the fuck's the 5/4 4-mana Crystal Weaver. So that's gonna be cool. Let's talk about Lakari Sacrifice. Legendary quest for Warlock. Discard 6 cards. Reward Nether Portal. This card makes Lakari Fellhound look a lot better. And it already looked pretty darn good. The Nether Portal it summons basically summons 3/2 imps that I believe 2 every turn. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Or it like constantly has 2 3/2 imps, and if you kill one, it just spawns another one. We're not really sure yet on that mechanic.
They're really vague.
Yeah. So, but either way, it's gonna be cool. For 1 mana, getting 6/4 in your Disco Lock, that's pretty darn good, even if it only summons them once.
Disco Lock.
Disco Lock. Discard block? Discard cards? Yeah, so definitely a must run in Disco Lock, I'm thinking. Probably only need to run 1 secret per deck. I don't know if you can run more, but you get in your starting hand, and usually their effects are pretty darn permanent, so that's gonna... I think you're only going to need 1. Oh wait, you can only have 1 of each legendary anyway. Forget their legendary cards. Pyros.
Kind of unfortunate that it's a mage card because There are not many Death Rattle mage cards. In fact, I think they might be like the only one. So it's hard to run because I want to go Kel'Thuzad, fucking Baron Rivendare with that dude. But not much to do with that in a mage deck, unless you go all N'Zoth with all the taunts, the Death Rattle taunts, Sludge Belcher, well.
I'm going to take the more practical side on this, assuming you play it like it's meant to be played.
Again, even with Kel'Thuzad, Baron, and Pyros, and if you throw N'Zoth in there, there's so much potential.
I think I'm going to go for a little bit more viable side, especially in Standard. It's basically, you're getting 3 cards for 1 card. That's going to be applicable for the majority of your game. So you get in the beginning, 2 mana, 2/2, not bad. 6 mana, 6/6, not bad. 10 mana, 10/10, not bad. It's going to be a constant player throughout the whole game. I think 3 stars is a little low on this one, but I think it'd work really well, actually, if you could build a slow deck that can support it consistently. I mean, it's going to be a great card for control decks because it's a mid card, it's an early card, and a late game card all in one. And you know what loves value? That's right, control decks. Moving on to Sherazin Corpse Flower. This card.
This is weird. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see that in practice because it's just weird.
I'm gonna say 3 is a little high for me.
It's a rogue card. Is it a rogue card?
Yeah.
It is a rogue card. Okay, never mind. But still, there's just like. Okay.
It basically never dies.
If you're running a
Van Cleef quest deck,
yeah,
it might be a card.
Yeah, that's pretty much not gonna die. Especially, I mean, you could Raptor it, and then you just have infinite. No, because the Raptor would summon a Death Rattle.
No, it's summon the dormant one.
Only once though, because when the Raptor.
Well, when you undormant it, you have 2 of them now. So yeah, you could do that, Raptor, but Raptor's getting switched out of Standard, so I don't have to worry about that. Hey. But yeah, you can get it on. You can get at least 3 of them from Raptor. I think, because it would, it would make the card go dormant. Play 4 cards.
But that would
make that. If you look at like the bud, like it has a card, like a token that goes along with it that turns it into a bud. So the wording is funny, but it's basically saying turn into a token that once you play 4 cards or in a turn summon this.
Okay.
It's a little underpowered for my liking, but hell, some genius deck builder out there is gonna figure out how to use it.
I think with that specific deck, it'll be basically an infinite
Corpse Flowers.
The whole thing, like it'll be a lot easier than keeping a stealth minion up until you can buff the crap out of it with cold blood and stuff. That'll pretty much always be there until it gets silenced.
Alright, time for Swamp King Dread.
Yeah, even if not, you can just play it, and it'll just be there the entire game, and then play cold blooded and whatever other buffs, and you know, really kill it.
Let me pause this.